Good morning, everyone. Everyone is here that is going to be here, I believe, today. Anna is out and Haley is out. So the rest of us, we will make do because, well, we're 9 strong. I'm going to start as I usually do by returning some homework. And let's see, this was harmonic dictation. And for those of you that, some of these pages that you gave me, they have 2 grades on them. The grade that's towards the bottom of the page is the most recent one. Well, you probably keep it on. So this one's good. Now, before we get started, I'm just curious. I want to know your opinion. Is it, go back to at least a year ago or even longer when you were a freshman, is it understood that you should bring your books to class? Yeah. Or does it need to be said? I mean, I just kind of always assumed that, you know, you buy a textbook for your class and bring your books to class. But I've been told by some of my colleagues even that might not be like common knowledge. That I should really announce to the class that you need to bring your textbook to every class. I was just wondering what you
like to do it. I feel like you need to do it for like once in that first class you just have to say you definitely need to know. So I feel like it's more like
I feel
and then go.
Okay.
I feel like that should be common knowledge. Like even in high school, when you had a book that would
Well,
class was
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but I might not be exactly right that it actually needs to be stated and said. So, if I've never done that, I apologize. You should bring both your books to every class. In aural skills and in theory, you should bring your books to every class. You guys don't need that, but that was a little bit news to me. I just wanted to know what you thought. No comment, right? You are ambivalent. We have no feelings one way or the other. My textbook is dead to me. I don't care one way or the other. All right. Now, anyways, let's start by let me show some answers to some of your harmonic dictations. In fact, I'm going to show the answers to all of them because we have a harmonic dictation quiz in class today. So instead of collecting your harmonic dictation, I'm going to show you the answers, and then we're going to do one in class today. So let's start on page 169. I think you had numbers 1 and 3. Well, I can't really get them all in the same spot here, so let's just focus on number 1 first. This is on page 169. You guys know the drill: baseline, soprano line, Roman numerals. And that's about as large as I can make it. So if those that are going to be watching the video, I hope you can see that. So we got 1, 5, 6, then a 5, 4, 3, 1, 1, 6, another 5, 4, 3, and a 1. This, hang on a second. This in particular, I hope nobody gets, if you heard that the bass went may, re, do, I hope for sure that you got 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. We talked about that bass line, right? And then on the test, if you hear may, re, do, or do, re, may, it's going to be 1, 5, 4, 3, 1, 6 for the reverse. Those Roman numerals. Number is okay, what number 3? Number 3. G major. Looks like the only 5/7 that's inversion that was used is the 5/6/5. And again, I would accept 5/6 for that. Because the 7th of the chord happens to be in one of the inner voices. So it wasn't blatantly or plainly obvious. Let me know if you have questions or concerns. Yes?
This is just being but I'm having difficulties deciphering between the 2 and the 5/4/2. Is there like a more telltale way other than hearing it to know which is which?
Yeah. The 2 in root position is going to have Ray. Well, I think, you mean the 2/6 in the 5/4/2?
Or 5/2 and the 5/4/3.
Aha, okay. Yeah, the 2 in root position will have Ray in the bass. 5/4/3 will have Ray in the bass. The main thing to hear the difference on is the 2 chord is going to be minor. The 5/4/3 is going to be more complex sounding because it's a major minor 7th chord. So for instance, in the key of C major, if I have Ray in the bass and I have this chord, I'm hoping that you're hearing that that's the minor sound, so you're going to choose 2 for that. But if you have this in the bass and you hear this, that's a dominant sound. That's a 5/7 in inversion, because that's going to want to go to. So yeah, a little bit, well, a lot of it, I guess, is context. Okay, where the chord with the Ray in the bass, where is it coming from? Where is it going to? If the chord with Ray in the bass is going to 1, it's going to be a 5/4/3. Because 2 in root position does not go to 1. But if you hear a chord with Ray in the bass and then it goes to 5, or it goes to another inversion of 2 or something like that, and if you can hear the minor sound of it, then you can, that's a pretty certain clue that you're listening to it too. So a lot of it, some of it depends on the context, where it's coming from, where it's going to, and the other part of it is, can you hear the difference between a minor triad and then the major minor 7th chord? That's what I would say. Yeah, good question. Okay. What's the other page you have? 171. Numbers 1 and 2, is that right? I think I can do both of these in the same window here. Notice in the very first one there, the bass starts out do, re, mi. That has to be 1, 5/4/3, 1, 6. It cannot be 1, 2, 1, 6. In fact, the bass looks like it just goes up by step in number 1. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. And repeat sol and go back to do. Number 2 in a minor key. That one looks like it's a little more complicated to me. Especially this lead in the bass. Well, I would imagine that's hard to hear from do down to mi. And in the minor key ones, are you remembering to raise T with an accidental? When you hear T? Questions or comments on any of these two? And the last one that you had was page 173. Number 2. Wow, this is a long one. Oops, look at all those chords there. This has got to be an interesting measure here. 5, sol down to fa, so 5 goes to 5/4/2. Then it leaped down to re, so 5/4/3. You got 3 different inversions of 5 in that one minute. I can tell you right now, the harmonic dictations that are on the first year training test are not this long, they are not this difficult. I wouldn't give you one that's this complicated, this complex. We only have a limited amount of time to take the air training test in here anyways, and who wants to mess around with all this? I would choose something that would be hopefully clear. What, any questions or comments about this one? Very well. We'll get to the harmonic dictation quiz later in the course, later in the class here, later in the period. Can we shift gears to sightseeing? I would like us to warm up our voices with one of the assigned melodies, and then I'll be hearing two of the assigned melodies for quiz grade. So if you could open up in your sightseeing books to page 120. We're going to vocally warm up with melody 8.3 at the top. If you didn't know anything about how melodies from Finland sound, you're in luck, because this one's from Finland. So 8.3 on the top of 120. This is in a major key. It happens to be in B major, as you can probably tell from the key signature. And so we'll sing a B major scale and then give our attention to that melody. Conducting starts on B4. Let's see. Would you want to observe the repeat and take the first and second ending?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. So we're going to repeat the second line, and then we'll take the first and second ending as written. All right, here we go. How about a tempo of 1, 2, 3. Do, mi, mi, re, do, la, sol, fa, mi, sol, do, re, do, ti, sol, do, ti, la, sol. Especially the first full measure. This is where I really rely on knowing what the perfect fourth interval of sentence sounds like. I tell you, I have to go back to that so I can hear that interval that I need. Okay, very good. The two melodies I'm going to quiz on are on the previous page, page 119. They are going to be 8-1 and 8-2. Any volunteers before I draw names? Or you just want to let the chips fall where they may?
I'll go.
You go, do you want one or two?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, you'll take, how about we take one then, since you're
Okay.
volunteering? Okay, and then 8-2. What do I got? Probably Sydney. It's Sydney.
Yes, I
Okay, Dusty, I've got you for 8-2. That means that Kieran will definitely be singing one Thursday.
Sounds good.
Yep, definitely, because you're the only one left. All right, Sydney, what key are you in?
D.
D, yes.
I knew there was a good chance.
All right, I'll hear your scale. Okay, and yours is conducting, and you probably know what it starts on, so I'll just let you take it from there. Very nice. What is the syllable for the highest note in measure 3? That's the only thing, that was the only thing I heard that was maybe objectionable or questionable. Otherwise, super duper job. Okay, moving right along, we're going to have Dusty look at 8.2, and what key is yours in?
A flat major.
Yes, so see if this key fits your voice range. So major key, you think this will work?
It's kind of low, but we can try it.
Okay, yeah, start your scale there to see if we can do that. I need you to find the sol above. Okay, and can you hear the high do? Yeah, perfect. Those are your first two pitches. And you have hand signs. Okay. Look, not too far. Okay, just right in between the words. Okay, let's okay, where's your high do? Okay, can you go up to fa stepwise? Okay. Can we start on that high fa?
Yeah.
Beat 3? Good. Yes. All right, hey, that's really, that's good. The trickiest measure, clearly, by far, is the third measure from the end. Because that's actually outlining a 4-chord in first inversion. We have do to la, then all the way up to fa. But I think as long as, if you get stuck or if you get lost, as long as you can go back to do, find one of the pitches you need, and then continue on from there. Okay? I think you did a good job. I think you did. you'll find that on all these melodies, all of you guys, there's gonna be a measure or two that are kind of doozies, because they're gonna be arpeggiating 2 and 4 chords. And what are the notes of 2s and 4 chords besides do? Well, you got re, fa, la, all those notes that are in the cracks. Okay, that's kind of what the way I phrase it. Yeah, so, okay, thank you very much. So Kieran's gonna go, I don't know which one he's gonna get next time, but I'm sure it's gonna have a measure or 2 with a doozy.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. The next thing I'd like to do then is, well, can we take a look at 2, yeah, I'm hoping we got time to take a look at 2 melodies that are assigned for Thursday. If you can turn the page to page 122. Specifically, I want to look at melody 812 and 813. Okay, let's start with 812. We're going to be in the same key that Dusty just sang, A flat major. Yeah, well, if you just have to tackle it, you just have to go through it and find out. You decide whether or not it's really tricky or not. So still an A flat major. And we'll sing a major scale. And then we'll calculate. Here we go. Pitches are all notes of the tonic chord. Sol, mi, sol, do. And then after that, it gets a little wonky. Should we just read through it? Let's observe the repeat this time too, so we can go back and get some second practice, and then we'll take the first and second end. Okay, so this is, what is this, hand sound? So, I think that's the pitch. And we're going to start at the end of beat 2. 1 and 2. So, mi, sol, do, ti, la, fa, re, do, ti, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, sol, mi, sol, do, ti, la, fa, re, do, ti, sol, la, ti, do. Well, what do you think about that second full measure, especially? That's like, who in the world is writing stuff like this? I don't know, it's not the weirdest thing. Isn't that the outline of the 2 chords? If you want to mark that in your book, you're welcome to. Can we sing through 812 one more time as written? Sol, do, sol. I think those are the pitches there. Sol, from the beginning. 1, 2. Sol, mi, sol, do, ti, la, fa, re, do, ti, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, sol, mi, sol, do, ti, la, fa, re, do, ti, sol, la, ti, do. I just wanted to cover that one, and then I also want to cover 813. And in fact, since the screen is on here, I'm going to show you, I would encourage you to do this for 813. You see at the end of the third full measure, You see what I've got there? I've got it. You can circle it, you can bracket it, you can do whatever you want. That is your standard 2 chord being arpeggiated. This melody 813 is in the key of G, so the 2 chord is going to be A, C, E, which is very small. And notice after this high La, way up there, you have to come all the way back down to Do in the next measure. I suppose I can freeze it on the screen there. I need to get G major. I would sing this in A flat major, but that La at the end of the 3rd measure is just really high. I don't want to sing it any higher than I have to. Okay, G. Okay, one more scale, please, and then we'll sight read this one. Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, mi, sol, do, sol, mi, do. I don't think we'll have a chance to sing this as a canon in 3 parts today, but maybe next class. We got to get this under our belt first. Hey, can anyone help Sol? All right, let's do our best to sight read through this. This is a conducting example in compound meter. So I'll give us almost a full measure. How about a tempo of 1 molly 2? Sol, do, re, mi, sol, do, re, mi, sol, sol, mi, re, fa, do, mi, re, do, sol, mi, fa, re, sol, mi, fa, re, sol, mi, do, fa, mi, sol, fa, mi, sol, 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 do, mi, fa, re, sol, do.
Oh, like,
It's got a super wide range, right? All the way up to that high La, and then look at the end, we go way down to this low Re. Guess what my favorite 2 measures are? The first 2 and the 3rd line, right? Those are pretty good. I mean, I can sing those. Slow, slow, slow. You want to go through it once more? Okay, one more time, and then we better switch. So, okay, give it your best shot. Here we go. 1 molly 2. Sol, do, re, mi, sol, do, re, mi, sol, sol, mi, re, do, do, mi, re, do, sol, mi, fa, re, sol, mi, fa, re, sol, mi, do, la, fa, get my thoughts back. Just kidding. Okay, the other melodies that are assigned for our next class are not any easier. So just make sure you look at them. I know I've mentioned that before. You've got to at least run through them. All right, the next thing I'd like to do is our harmonic dictation quiz. And this one is not in your book. So I'm giving you a piece of blank staff paper. Unless you brought your own, then you can use your own. Are you going to use your own or do you want one? Okay. And I'll put up on the screen what you need to get started for your harmonic dictation. I'll give you the key, the clefs, the first floor. Now, I gotta find what I'm playing for. Here we go. So you need to set up, obviously, a rounded staff. Not just a big staff, a grand staff. Did you guys, they do this, I don't know if they're still doing it. Remember McDonald's, they had not only a Big Mac, but they had a Grand Mac for a Big Mac? Have you seen it? That was a long time ago. I don't know if they're going to bring it back again. College students, they believe it.
No, never.
Absolutely.
Not spicy on this.
Spicy nuts.
Okay, we're going to be in C minor. So 3 flats in the key signature. The meter, oops. The meter is cut time, or 2/2. There are 4 measures. And the first chord is voiced like this. And there are 7 total harmonies to identify. I think that's all you need at this point. Because I'm going to be playing from here, I'm just going to sing the scale. I'm going to sing a harmonic All right, the first chord which I wrote on the board from the bottom up is like this. There's the bass, tenor, alto, soprano. And I wrote in my notes how many times I'm going to play this, and I don't remember. I think it's 5. I'll say it's 5. Here we go from the beginning. Hearing number 3 out of 5. Fourth hearing. Last hearing. Put the finishing touches on this. And about half a minute, I'll come along and pick these up. That reminds me, you did not have to do this for this quiz, but I think when I looked at the first ear training test for the harmonic dictation examples, I think I'm going to require you to identify the key. We've done it before, but I just wanted to let you know that I think that's required on the test when we get there. The last thing I'd like to do, and of course we're running short on time, but if you take out your ear training books and open up to page 249. You have it. I wanted to go through a rhythmic dictation. It's a short one-line example. That is number 2 on page 249. Number 2 is in 3/8. I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 in it. Did they give you the first situation? Yeah, so it actually lasts for 2 beats in this meter. When I was looking at this rhythm, remember we're focusing on syncopated rhythms this minute. When I was looking at this rhythm, I thought, putting this above or below your staff might be one of the best ways to get the syncopation. I'm just doing 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hand is basically all I'm writing above the staff. The last name is not confused with area. And if you just want to make a mark or something, either on the beat or on the off beat, so you can identify where the notes are articulated for the syncopation. I think if you can get that down in a few hearings, then the remaining part of this, and this notating syncopated rhythms is part of the deal here. Not only do you need to capture the information, but I think thinking about how you're going to write it, how you're going to write the syncopated rhythm in the staff using standard rhythm notation, I think that's another little hurdle to get through. So I'm hoping we can do this in just 2 or 3 hearings. At least getting the information down, and then I can talk about how to notate the syncopation in the staff. I'm going to play a melody with this rhythm, and it's going to be in C minor, just like the other harmonic dictation was. Don't worry about the pitches. For the triple meter, let's try this tempo. 1, 2, 3. Let's hear it a second time. 1, 2, 3. answer. 1, 2, 3. This will be the last hearing. 1, 2, 3. I might try to capture the rhythmic information like this. Boom, 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 boom. Now, that's one thing. How in the world do you rotate this in 3/8? Well, it looks like this is just going to be a regular beat. So that maybe a quarter with an eighth. Now this one, I might notate it like this. That's maybe as clear as we can get in triple meter to show various beats. I mean, if you did, I guess technically if you did this, if you did, hang on. If you did this for the first 2 beats, that would also be acceptable. This one is pretty weird too. I might notate it like this, just put 16 notes in the whole way and use ties. Even though there are other ways to do it, but I'm going to do it like this. 1 and 3 and. I guess technically you could do a separately flagged 16, an eighth, a separately flagged 16, and then 2 meters 16. Would be acceptable as well. This one. Again, several ways to notate it. Might be one way. Another way would be dotted eighth, 16. Doesn't really look to me as clear. That's basically what it is. And then the last one is just a dotted quarter. Well, I know this was really quick. I'm curious, what to you is maybe the trickiest or hardest part about doing these? Is it getting the information, or is it actually figuring out how to notate the syncopation? Notating the syncopation? I'll accept various answers as long as it sounds right. It doesn't have to be notationally correct, to reflect the beats in the meter like we did in theory one. As long as it's correct, I'll accept several different ways to move, because I realize it's tempting. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks, guys. We will see you on Thursday, if not before.